checking out DJ controllers for the iPad. There are so many choices, it may get overwhelming. So in this video, I am going to clear it up for you. Now, first of all, you have to decide which DJ app you're going to use because not all DJ apps work with all DJ controllers. So the 3 or 4 most popular DJ apps are Cross DJ, eDJ Mix, Tractor DJ 2, and the one that I would highly recommend which is Djay Pro AI. Now, pretty much any controller will work with Djay Pro AI, even if it's not pre-mapped. You can map it yourself, and I made a lot of videos on that. That's why I would recommend Djay Pro AI. With Cross DJ, there are a good amount of controllers that work, and then eDJ Mix only works with one controller, which is the Pioneer DDJ200 Bluetooth controller, which I'm going to talk about Bluetooth next. And then the Tractor DJ2 only works with limited number of actual Tractor controllers. So I'm just going to assume that you're going to be DJing with Djay Pro AI because it is the best app that is updated the most and has the most features and lets you use the most controllers. So now you have to decide if you're going to want a Bluetooth controller or a non-Bluetooth controller. So there are ups and downs to Bluetooth controllers. The upside is they're very easy to set up. You just plug the controller into a power source, and then you go through the menu in your DJ app, and then it is connected, and you don't need to plug in a wire to your device. Now, I would not recommend this controller if this is going to be your first controller or your only controller, and the reason is it makes it really hard to do professional gigs and to DJ professionally because the sound quality may be compromised because you either have to use a Bluetooth speaker, which makes DJing really hard and not as fun because of the latency, or you need to get a bunch of adapters. So this is the adapter that comes with the Hercules Control Mix. So now if you have a USB-C iPad, you're going to have to connect a USB-C to audio jack adapter and then connect this adapter so that you can just use your headphones. And the more adapters you use, the less chance of the control of the sound sounding good. And also you're not using a sound card, you're just using your iPad or your phone to play the music. So I would not recommend that if it's your only controller. If you're looking to get a second controller just to set up real quick and practice with, then go with Bluetooth. But I would highly recommend, at least for the time being, to go with a wired DJ controller. Now next is, what kind of DJing are you going to be doing? Now, you could DJ perfectly fine with just the iPad, but after a while you may want to have the feeling of using a controller, so you have to decide what kind of DJ you're going to be. And just like everyone that has a basketball hoop set up in their backyard isn't going to be a professional high-paid NBA player, it's the same thing with DJing. If you like to do it as a hobby, you like to do it as for fun, maybe with your friends and family, then you're not going to need as expensive or as big equipment as someone that plans on doing weddings and doing big events. If you are someone that is looking to just get into DJing as a hobby and start having fun, then the first controller that I would recommend to you would be the Newmark iDJ to go to Touch. Now, this is basically a shrunk down version of bigger professional gear, and it solves the problem with the adapter because it has a built-in sound card, and you could just plug in your main output to one side, plug in your headphones to another side, and you are ready to DJ. If you want to have something a little bit bigger, because this may throw you off because it is just like a little strip and it's not a bigger controller, then I would go with one of the mid-range controllers, and this is going to run you about the high 200s to about $500 or $600. And there are a couple of ones that I would recommend. There is the Reloop Buddy and Reloop Ready, which are great mini controllers. I would recommend the Reloop Buddy because it has an iPad stand, and if you're going to be using controllers with your iPad, you need to have your iPad at a good level so you can see what you're doing and access stuff on the iPad. So the Reloop Buddy makes it really easy. If you're not as concerned with the iPad stand, then you could go with the Reloop Ready. It's a little bit newer and has a better mixer section. The number one best controller with the most modern features that works with Djay Pro AI in this price range is going to be the Pioneer Flex 4. This is a completely revolutionary controller. There are so many great features, and it connects right to USB-C. It's one of, I think, the only controllers that actually has a USB-C port on it, so it makes it easier that way. And there's so many great features. This is a great controller. Right now on Amazon, it's sold out, so you might have to get it on the used market or get it somewhere else. I don't know what's going on. I think there might be a Djay controller shortage. I'll talk about that in another video. But if you're looking to spend about $300 to $500, I think that the Flex 4 is your best option unless you really want that iPad stand with the Reloop Buddy, which is what I did. You guys could see it over there. The next section is going to get a little bit expensive. Now, these are bigger professional controllers with a lot of connectability. So that's what you get when you spend more with the controllers. So with the small Numark Djay to go to touch, you could just plug in a regular audio jack, not RCAs, not any professional cabling. Now, same thing with the Reloop Buddy. There's just one connection for a RCA cable. With these bigger professional controllers, you're going to have multiple ways to connect to your speakers and multiple sources. So you could have your iPad connected, and then you can have your phone on an auxiliary input, so that if something goes wrong with your iPad, you can start DJing right away with your phone. So, which is really good to have a backup plan. I would highly recommend that. And then there's also going to be bigger features with the Rain 1, which is amazingly high quality controller. You get movable jog wheels, so you could DJ with your iPad and have the controller's jog wheels actually spinning like real turntables back in the day, and it is just the coolest thing ever. I just can't get over how cool that is. But you're gonna be spending quite a bit over $1,000. And then there's controllers like the Reloop Mixon 8. If you're going to spend that much money, I would highly recommend this one. It has an iPad stand, and it is a 4-channel controller. With Djay Pro AI, you can control up to 4 decks. So this controller, you can control everything on the controller with all 4 decks. But it is expensive. But even if you decide to go with one of the more expensive, bigger controllers, or you go with the mid-sized controller, I would still highly recommend you getting the Numark Djay to go to touch, but as a backup, or if you just want to practice, or maybe you're doing a small backyard barbecue or a small gig and you don't want to bring your big giant 4-channel controller, I would highly recommend anyone that's going to DJ with the iPad to get that controller. And if you want to learn more about that controller, check out one of these videos here where I go into more detail.